Hey everyone, so before this starts, just a quick note. This is an old reaction that I had my editor cut up. The full version is available up on Patreon. I have to kind of start doing this with my album reactions now. I've had over 55 of them blocked here on YouTube. So that being said, if you want to go and check those out, they're all up on Patreon, and I am going to start uploading and having these cut up and try and kind of get them back up on the channel. So cut to Blake from what, like 3 years ago? It's been a minute. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm Blake McLain, and I'm a music producer. So today, Ariana Grande, Sweetener. Can't lie, I've never listened to an Ariana Grande album. I have seen some of her live stuff. I've heard her singles. I think she's an incredible artist with an absolutely amazing voice. Before we get started, as always, please give me a like, give me a subscribe if you enjoy the video. I'm going to put my social media up top. Please give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you use, and send me messages, like drop comments, give me suggestions for what you want to see, what you want to hear. I'll take a look and get back to you, and we'll make it happen. Yeah, let's go. Let's jump in. Let's get started. I'm ready.
When raindrops fell down from the sky, the day you left me, an angel cried. Oh, she cried.
First off, what a way to start an album. With just straight acapella, nice big reverb. She's got a voice that's smooth, kind of like Whitney, so you can put her in a verb like that and make it acapella, and it just feels so good and so smooth. That's brilliant. And that just goes to show how talented she is too.
She cried.
Wow. That nice little vibrato too at the end. It just shows how much control she has over her vocal. And honestly, like, I can tell there's not very much that's been put on this in terms of like fixing things. Autotune automatically does things, but in Melodyne is like autotune, but you can actually go in and individually fix notes and stuff. If anything that's on, I mean, there's like nothing on this. If anything, they maybe just went like this, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, but to make it sound like perfect, but God, that's hard.
There is something between us. I can see you right now.
So this is so indicative of Pharrell already. You have like really nice, dry, percussive instruments and stuff like that. And it almost sounds like an 808 that like they've cut a lot of the lows out of and maybe pushed the mids just a little bit to kind of give them a punch. That's making that kind of like the Congo like bongos feel. Yeah.
I can't believe it's true. I can't believe.
Upright bass. That's cool. You don't hear that very often in anything anymore. That's sick. So upright bass is like you have a normal bass. Now I'm thinking of School of Rock where he's like, you have a cello, turn on its side, and cello, you've got a bass.
Never let you go. Never let you.
See what happens when you cut all the instruments out as well. There isn't very much. It's super minimalistic, but when you do take things out, it feels like this. Like everything just sort of opens up, and that's what you want. You want that contrast between your sections.
Never let you.
You can also tell that Pharrell has way more, actually, he has autotune on his vocal. You can hear it, I heard it in the beginning, and now I'm listening just a little bit more to it, but you can hear his transition between notes just seeming very, like, abrupt, and it's because the autotune is trying to grab onto those notes, and they turn it up really high. It's not even necessarily that he's not hitting the notes, it's just that they have that autotune on high, so it's a little bit more aggressive, and you kind of get that T-Pain sound.
Now we shooting the shot like drive-by. When you had to make me go call up my Ariana, come let me give you a high five.
The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole.
Also, you can tell this is why one of the reasons she's such a good singer too, because like she's really jumping off of her consonants. The light is coming to back the darkness. Like you can hear how she comes off of darkness, especially the darkness. That D is really, really pronounced, and then it goes right to the vowel.
The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. Why don't we have chemistry right now? I can tell you, shit that you.
See, that's the dynamic. I just realized that the beat now that it's a little bit more prevalent. Same beat as Blinding Lights, which is cool by The Weeknd. Or Footloose or any of that.
It's like you're trying not to close.
also just realized this too. Her vocal style there is super 21 Pilots, because it's like, the light is coming, you get back everything, the darkness. I don't even know what she's saying. The darkness, like it sounds like something he would say, 100% in the way that it's being done.
The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole.
So let's go to R.E.M.
Last night, boy, I met you.
Super Justin Timberlake here, and the ha's are a really nice, just kind of addition. I love when people use vocal percussion here, so the
If you can believe,
call response.
it's such a dream to me. I could buy you anything, but I cannot buy you. Before your boy gets smart, I would never try to. You know I'm thinking to myself, what happened?
She plays with her melody a little bit and just starts to kind of swing it, then brings it back, starts to kind of swing it, brings it back. It's unbelievably impressive how rhythmic she is.
You were a dream to me.
That's cool. So it's like they threw a low pass filter on everything and just kind of started cutting out all the highs with an EQ, but then they left the one, like the which I think those were, I don't know what those were. I'm not gonna go back and check it out, but I'll listen later to what they were. But then they pushed the highs on those a little bit, so it kind of did this weird peaking thing with those, and it had this nice contrast, I guess is the best way to describe it or explain it. All right, so God is a woman. I've heard good things about this.
You love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you will believe God is a woman. And
So that guitar is actually very, very, very Beatles inspired. You can tell, and also has the same feel as Halsey, Without You. Same almost tone on it.
after midnight, a feeling that you can't
Yeah.
fight, my one. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman. I don't wanna waste no time, yeah. You ain't got a one-track mind, yeah.
Great example of what to do with, like, this is very Weekend, if you ask me. Kind of something that's melodically driving, and then you cut it and you bring in a heavy, distorted, dirty bass. Yeah, and it just kind of opens everything up because that's the only thing that's there, you know, aside from the vocal and maybe something kind of creating the atmosphere in the back.
Baby, take my hand, say yes, so we can make it last, take it slow.
Call response.
I can be all the things you told me not to be.
I also love it when people do that. So you have everything that's just pretty much sitting in those like eighth notes and that kind of thing, and then you go to like these 16th notes. The I can do everything I wanted to be. See? That note though, I'm not even gonna try. Not this early. So many stacked vocals there. She's good enough that she can do that, and it still sounds like a choir. I'm pretty sure that's just her.
It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman.
Okay, yeah, straight chills. Whoa. Her voice is crazy. Also, my dad saw her sing for the first time like a couple nights ago, and he was like, oh my god, he lost his shit. So, Sweetener.
When life deals us cards, make everything taste like it is so. Bring the bitter taste to our hearts. Get it, hit it.
This has some old like 60s kind of soul pop, a little bit influenced, you know, like Otis Redding, like that kind of a thing, like soul R&B.
Hit it, flip it. So when they
So she loves that ABA kind of rhyme scheme thing, that one I was talking about. I know you love when you da da da. Then second line. Ba da 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 da. Then go back to the first and then do the second one more time with maybe a little bit of a tail on that fourth one.
Twist like me, I smile, I know. So when I ask, how's life, I go, when life deals us.
But I would have had her probably do just a little run there. Although I'm sure they're coming. I shouldn't even say that because they're definitely coming.
She like me,
But
I smile, I know. So when
oh wait, no.
how's life, I go, when life deals us cards, make everything taste like it is so. Then you come through.
Now the harmonies that they've kind of brought in there. She loves her fade outs. If you ever watch this, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of fade outs, but I mean, gosh, she's good. I'm a huge fan of her voice now. I mean, it's not like I wasn't, but I'm even a huge fan of this album so far. This is not really 100% what I expected, but let's keep going. Let's go to Successful. This is giving me like almost a little bit of like alternative rock flair, like or no, I know what I'm getting it from. Hey Everybody, which is 5 Seconds of Summer song. It's really cool how percussive that piano is. It's just kind of doing a they're cutting it on everything. And actually, because everything keeps cutting and is super like elongated percussive, but it's like in the sense that they're being cut off at the very end, it feels, and it's providing breaths in between the instruments, it almost feels like video game music, which is funny. Like this is one of those songs where you just kind of have a really nice beat that you've made and like just kind of go over and go over and go over and just sort of let it ride the whole song sort of thing. Also, that synth is very, very, very Styx, Mr. Roboto. Like the very end of the intro. Huge delay. Also, there's the in the back, which I haven't even paid much attention to this entire time. I don't know how that just kind of slipped by me. Let's go to Everytime. Again, same thing. A, B, A, B. She loves that rhyme scheme. I'm assuming she helps write everything or writes a lot of this stuff. Yep. Written by Max Martin. That makes sense. That makes sense on all of this. And Max Martin didn't do Successful. I knew. Wow, you can just tell. That's unbelievable. It was definitely a way more of a Pharrell beat, which Pharrell did Successful. A lot of this stuff I've gotten from him, like, I've analyzed so much of his music, but he does that where he just builds, continues to add things in, and then take them out, add them in, take them out, so it's always pulling your ear, and then the call and response stuff as well. Huge on these choruses. Hear where that goes to. So the verse is nice and rhythmic, then you go to this pre-chorus that's a lot more elongated. That's where I was going. Nice big verb on the vocal. And then they... Nice. That's the... Oh, I love that as an ending. Gosh, she would be so much fun to write for because she just has so much range and so much control. You could literally do anything. It would be great. Okay, so Breathin.
my energy. I look up and the whole room's spinning. You take my cares away. Time goes by and
This has to be like 102, like 103 BPM. Because that's like the best, like most danceable kind of feel. Let's see.
can't control my mind. Don't know what else to try, but you tell me every time. Just keep breathing and breathing and
102.
breathing and breathing.
You probably can't see that, but
And
yeah,
now I gotta
literally,
keep-
it's 102.
I keep on breathing, breathing.
See where it went? You open it up and they brought in those nice dirty drums as a transition here. Also, that distorted electric guitar, you don't get that very much in this kind of pop music, especially. So that's sick. I dig it.
Just keep breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing. Now I keep on breathing.
Brilliant to bring in that full-on breath. I mean, you always play off the word. Always play off the lyric. That's the best thing you can do because you want to shape the song around the lyric.
Just keep breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing. Now I gotta keep on breathing.
Be a really nice alternative melody. Whoa. I gotta record this on my phone because like I know I like that. I might use that. Oh, yeah, I dig that. No tears left to cry.
Right now, in a state of mind, I wanna be in like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry.
Little bit of auto-tune on her vocal. You can hear it because on her vibrato, it's trying to adjust because vibrato is going in between two little notes, and it's trying really hard to keep it like this, keep it as flat as possible on one note, and so it's trying to adjust itself. But they probably don't have it up super, super high. But you still get that feel on it. Listen.
All the time.
That sounds weird?
And I'm picking it up, picking it up. Loving, I'm living, so we turn.
Cut all that verb and just make everything feel so much dry, or so much more dry. Yeah.
Yeah, we turning it up. Ain't got no.
If you have a killer melody, always start the song with it because like you want to pull people in as fast as possible. Average skip rate on Spotify, you have 8 seconds to pull people in or they skip.
So we turn it up, yeah, we turn it up. They point out the colors that you.
So it's an offbeat. They find out so it's starting right off the offbeat. So you have the one and then you go off. That way, whenever she does come in for that pre-chorus, and the chorus is actually there might be a lead in for the pre-chorus, but you just want that to contrast a little bit with each section. So like start on an offbeat, go start on the one beat for the pre-chorus, and then have a lead in for the chorus. That way they're all different, or switch them around.
We vibing, come
Yeah, so it does have a little lead in.
when it's raining down. Can't stop now. Shine you now. Ain't got no tears left to cry. Just want you to come with me. We on another mentality.
The fact that she's just sitting in that high melody is or that high harmony is insane.
Ain't got no tears left to cry. I'm picking it up, picking it up. I'm living, I'm picking it up, picking it up. Loving, I'm living, so we turn it up. Yeah,
You cut it all again, make it dry for the end.
we turning it up.
Yeah. Alright, who did that one? I have to look. Max Martin. Just tell. You can tell by the way he ends them too. Borderline.
Let's go, baby. I just want you to be mine. Won't you get
I literally just go Pharrell. Yep.
my baby all time? Oh, you play hard to
So you can tell who did this one. Like Pharrell definitely did it because the beat starts immediately. There's the cut, and even the synth has pretty much been there the entire time. They probably won't take, well, yeah, they'll probably take it out maybe on the second verse. That way there's, it kind of feels like it does this a little bit. Also nice stacked harmonies, and really that that kick is what's pushing this and kind of driving and keeping that rhythm sitting well.
Won't stop trying, just meet me at the borderline.
I'm like, you got me so on a chase, got me feeling so out of place. Think about you all of my days.
Also hear the difference between where the vocals are being placed. So like Missy Elliott was super nice and forward, as opposed to where Ariana was like on her verses, and then when the chorus comes in, everything kind of feels like this because it's just a ton of stacked vocals that you push to like to both sides. That way it feels a little bit bigger, or it just feels like there's a nice difference between where the vocals were sitting. So everything doesn't feel 100% like this. So you have everything just a little bit more covered, which is really great for her vocal and really nice for her vocal because her vocal has a higher frequency than a lot of people's because she sits in this just really nice resonant spot.
Well, I know I'm a hard one to please. Give it too much importance.
It's very sudden.
My love will have your faults on your knees. I tell them this too often. No better than to bark up my dream just for me to fall and leave. And I'd rather just watch you smoke and drink. Steering clear of any headaches to start.
There was that swung melody again that she just kind of throws in every once in a while. Nice elongated chorus as opposed to the rhythmic sections. Also, I love the lyrics on this one. I really do. Something else she likes doing on these choruses a lot, you go like same line, same line, same line, then tail, which is kind of crazy, but it works for her on these choruses.
Without him, I'm better off being a wild one. On the road a lot, had to keep it 1,000. So that I'm better off not being around you.
Those are gorgeous harmonies at the ending. Absolutely just beautiful strings. Wow. Okay. Let's go to Goodnight and Go. You can hear the melody in the background. So they've cut out all the lows and kind of pushed everything down. So like volume wise.
You know that I'm playing, so don't be mistaken. You already know what I'm thinking, boy.
Same line, tail. What you want to do is as you're building, and the reason I stop in these builds is because they're the perfect place to explain what might happen or what is going on. Cut out all the highs, and then you build it up, kind of let them seep through a little bit here, and then when you hit that chorus, either you're going to have the same instruments that you just had on that verse, or you can go just a little bit bigger and add one or two. Change it.
Just say goodnight and go.
Yeah. I do wish that was bigger though. I wish the track sounded bigger.
But then the heating may be done again. Am I convenient? We be good.
So just the lows on that bass now that they're kind of swelling in. They're probably gonna, again, the reason it's swelling in is just because they're slowly letting the highs out of that EQ.
Just say goodnight and go.
Yeah, I just wish that was more forward. That's my only thing here. I just wish that music was more forward. Like, even if they did that, cut it, let her vocal come in, then brought it back. So like in the little breath areas that you would cut the music, have her vocal come in and then bring the music back in. That way it's doing this and it's just trading spotlight. Stack the harmonies, yeah.
Night and go. Wanna say goodnight. Say goodnight and go.
Oh my gosh, that's just unbelievable. Her voice is crazy. I feel like this song could have been even bigger. I really do, and just a little bit, I feel like it could have had more. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It just needed to hit a little bit harder and just be a little bit more dynamic. And with her voice, she can do it. Like, 100% she can do it. You know? I would have pushed for that one a little bit. but let's keep going. Okay, Pete Davidson. Awesome name for a song.
Yeah. I thought you into my life. Look
Yeah.
at my mind. Yeah. My whole life got me right for you.
Hear what that sub is doing? That sub is like, this is really interesting because this helps with the movement of the track just a little bit, but like that sub is just kind of choosing what notes it wants to hit and when. So it's not like hitting on every single kick like in a lot of times you would have. It's like gonna go on the first, then maybe on like the second to last, then back to the first, and maybe on like the the third to last kind of thing. Which creates a little bit of like unpredictability. They just put a little bit of verb on her vocal, so it feels like it's fading a little bit more than what it actually was. Get well soon.
You can feel it.
Ooh, the pinch down vocal right there at the very beginning. You don't get that very much. 21 Pilots does that a ton with stuff. All right, pull it back.
You can feel it. Yes. Yeah. I say my system is overloaded.
Also, the piano is just a very when it's played like this, the gum. For me, it just gives like the whole like Power Woman vibe kind of thing. Notice what she did with the lyric too. I'm floating. I know it's not as high, but it felt like the vocal was floating. You always play to the lyric, play to the lyric, play to the lyric. It stops. The timpani too, the little, yeah, that's what you hear in the back, but they're like big orchestral timpani drums. You hear what the melody's doing with the downs? Down, 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 down.
Maybe I should grow myself where the night is before I'm gone.
That little like bell marimba, I never can tell what it is. It's one of the, I would say probably marimba, but like letting that sort of define the section and then just ring out over it is sick. Pretty sure it's changed too in tone.
Got me right on the phone. I don't care who is gone. You shouldn't be alone.
It's almost like they combined that horn with a synth, but I'm obsessed with that sound right now. Like it's so cool and it's so clean and smooth.
You can work your way to the top and feel it. I'm with you, just coming with you, I'm with you. Just know that there's up and downs and it's true. Feel it, baby.
Also, that hit is just also so clean. Like the way it's sitting in the mix allows it to feel like it's above everyone else because there's no frequencies fighting with it, so it's just doing this.
Way to the top and feel it.
Huh. I know there's probably more to that too that I just don't understand yet. Feels like there's a lot of underlying themes here. Does this do anything else? Why is there another 22 seconds? Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. Like, thoroughly impressed with this. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's good. It's really good. It just wasn't what I expected at all, but like it's she pulls from so many different themes and they pull from so many different themes and like I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan now. I hope y'all like this. I hope y'all enjoy the video because I would definitely like to do more and do her other albums. But let me know if that's what you want, and I'll definitely be more than happy to. Appreciate y'all hanging around for so long, and till next time.